That's right, guys. There was a visitor to the farm last night and went into the apple garden here. My wife here, Kulika, has a fencing up for, she's trying to keep out deer and stuff. But we know if an animal really wants to get in here, they could. It's not like a fortress. But look at this door here. This door was ripped open. And the unwanted guest went here to the compost. This is where we compost stuff. And that was actually over top of this. With these, there's some sticks there. Just on top for weight. So the culprit came in there and was digging that up. And look over here. This is the apple garden here. No apples yet, so nothing to eat. The culprit dragged some tomatoes over here, like these were in the compost. So did they spit them out here, or they were having some little dinner here and then had enough? Don't know. So yeah, look at the door. There's the compost. And this part of the fence, look at that hanging all down, and there were zip ties on there, they're all ripped off. So, who do you think was in here, guys? And there's the guard dog. There she is. She was in the house last night, like all of us, and whatever came in here probably wasn't while we were sleeping. But sometimes she barks, like, in the house at night, and we wonder what's out there. These coyotes, but last night it was nothing. Nothing was going on. So the guard dog didn't even detect anything. So there's Kulika, guys.
Hi.
So I'm going to ask her, who do you think the culprit was?
Yeah, this morning I came out with my morning cup of coffee like I usually do when it's such a beautiful morning. And I'm looking at this, like at the garden, like the entrance to my apple garden, like I always close this one night. But then this morning it was a kind of hanging open, but it was hanging open in a weird way, but not the way I leave it. So I took a closer look and I saw it was like there was a hole ripped into it right in the middle of the gate. So I thought, who would do that? And then I realized that, like my compost pile right here in the apple garden, it was covered in plastic. So the plastic was in the other end of the garden. So I thought, okay, well, maybe wind blew it off. But then I have a kind of weights on it, so, and it wasn't even windy. So and then I realized that the full compost pile was a kind of turned over. Yeah. So because I had it covered in with grass. So grass was ripped off from the top, and then the goodies were all exposed, the kitchen scraps and stuff. And then some of the kitchen scraps was right at the flower bed there. And so I realized that there is
who do you think it was?
Something sinister going on here.
So who was it?
So and then I realized, because I just made this new bed here, and there is the fence isn't really quite fixed yet. There is like an opening underneath the fence. So I thought any small animal would have gone right through underneath the fence. So I thought it must be something bigger than that. And then I realized, because another day I planted my bulbs here, and it was a new fluffy dirt. And then I see a paw print, but it awfully looked like a bear to me.
So guys,
like that paw pad and 4 toes, just like the way they have in those bear print designs. So there were 3 of them right here.
So let's take a look, guys. I don't have it on cam because we have our security cameras pointing in a different direction. I could put one out here, but I didn't think I'm worried about it. People, right? Intruders coming in and breaking in. But you got to worry about all kinds of culprits here. But I'll show you what we see in here in that flower bed she's talking about. I don't know how well you're going to see this, guys, but we can see it by just looking. Okay. Show them, Kulika. Point to it.
Yeah, this was fresh dirt. That's why it's very easy to see here. Like this, I noticed this. This is the heel, like the pad of the paw. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is no mistaking to that. This is a bear, right here. And looks like the lilies I planted here are kind of knocked over. Yeah. So something has been going on here.
Bears have 5 toes, but I was reading that the fifth one doesn't always leave an imprint. So
Yeah, so because it's higher up, just
Yeah.
like dogs and cats.
so where's another one?
And then there is one here. Looks like he put one paw here. So this is the pad here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So looks like he was contemplating the entry to this area.
And there's another
with
one
the-
over here.
And then there is
Right there, guys. Right in here.
yeah, so here, like there is the pad here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty obvious. And there are even more kind of dents in the dirt, but these could also be.
And I'll show you the,
Yeah, so we don't know for sure.
I showed you guys this before, that this was ripped open, but there's some
And this was
damage
ripped
here.
open, and then first I thought maybe I left it open. And I was trying to find all kinds of explanations. I thought maybe, because sometimes I do.
'Cause we don't
So I
get
thought-
nothing really going in here.
Yeah, so I thought maybe I left it open. I sometimes forget.
Show that.
But then I saw this hole here. Look.
Yeah. This wasn't like this. This has been ripped.
This is ripped, like, this is bad. This is quite ripped. And then, okay, the compost pile was covered in that plastic. So I thought maybe, okay, wind blew it off. But then I had weights here, so
Yeah.
there is no way, and there wasn't even windy last night. And then look, because I had this dirt, this grass was a kind of covering it. I always put compost underneath the grass. And the grass was pushed to the side.
He was looking
and then
for
all
some
the
goodies.
were exposed there. These are my
But look,
kitchen
they did.
scraps.
How come he didn't want those zucchinis there?
And then I planted some zucchinis and pumpkins here. And then these weren't even touched.
No, don't
so
even
there are
care
some
about
pumpkins.
that.
He didn't care about zucchinis or pumpkins or nothing.
So, guys, what do you think? Could you see those footprints? I know when I do the editing, I'll be able to see if you can how well you see it. But those are definitely paw prints, and it's not a deer. It's not like a deer or a hoof, right?
Yeah, and it was a fresh dirt because I planted those
Yeah.
like daffodils and tulip bulbs there just another day. So, so it
So-
was fresh dirt.
So looks like there was a bear in the yard. Now let's go show you where we think the bear came in from, because there's some more paw prints, like maybe from that area. Let's go take a look. So there's the greenhouse. We're still getting pretty nice days, but the nights are getting kind of cold. But anyways, we're thinking the bear came through here. We'll show you. Now this was damaged before. We had a bear in the yard. He was by the garbage a few months ago. And then we have like a fence around here, and this was bent down. So we
Yeah,
we
so-
think the bear came over, and our neighbor was over. Sometimes he comes over and we have a drink or something, and we were sitting in the gazebo, and he said that's definitely from a bear. A bear will just push it right down and go over it. So that's where we think the bear came from this area. That's a horse barn. We don't have horses, but we think the bear came through there somewhere and then went over here. Because now, why we think that, let's head back to by the greenhouse. Just so you get an idea here why we think that. How we're walking right now.
Yeah, and why I
There's-
noticed that is because I planted some flowers here.
It wasn't the dog running over.
Yeah. I
Look at
just
this.
planted some flowers here yesterday, as a matter of fact.
And look, they're all
And
matted down
today,
there.
since
Yeah.
they were planted yesterday, I was watering them today, and
Where do you
Then
see
I
the
see
prints?
this.
Let's see.
like this was all nice and
There's
smooth,
one right
but
here.
it's all messed up. And yeah, so I think there is a pad here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this was all nice smooth dirt. So this is all kind of trampled and squished down. So that wasn't the way
Isn't there another one over
it
there?
was. And then
see.
yeah, there is
Yeah,
a
you can see the
dent
toes.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see something here. And then there was, looks like this was the most obvious one.
Yeah.
And then it looks like he has been contemplating the entry to my
To the green.
greenhouse area. Because I can see one pretty clear print here.
Right there.
Like look, because I just planted those. These are cowslips. I just planted these here another day. And I was watering them, and then I see this. Look, like this is the pad, like oval shaped
Yeah.
pad, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the toes.
So the bear
So
was
I'm
probably
so glad
taking a
he
peek
didn't-
here, but
he was probably trying to determine if it's worth breaking into my greenhouse.
and there's nothing on the cupboard there, no food.
I'm so glad he didn't.
So that's what
because-
we think, guys. The bear came over that breached fence that's already like that. Then he came this way, took a peek here, and then proceeded to the apple garden there.
And
But
that's where I have one of my compost piles. I have a few more in the garden. I'm sure he. I'm glad. I'm so glad he didn't
There's
detect those.
nothing has gone
I
in
don't
there.
see anything disturbed in the garden. But this apple garden area. here,
Look at this,
so
guys.
This is my defensive.
He didn't get the
plan.
goodies, you know. Look at the peppers.
Yeah, because it's I've been like really chewing my nails over that temperature thing. Like last couple of nights I've had. Like it's amazing. Like we've had these hot days, but then at night the temperature is just dipping.
We've
So
had some frosts already, yeah.
some quite a few bad frosts here. So I thought I'll just pick them. And
So guys, what do you think? Think it was a bear? So guys, we'd be naive to think nothing ever comes in the yard. We live up here kind of like it's kind of remote in some ways, so why wouldn't there be bears around and everything? And they do come through. And I showed you that damaged wire fence that one was in before, and I've seen one on our security camera by
yeah,
the,
right on our driveway.
by the driveway. So I've seen a bear before, so it's not a surprise. It's just we saw the fence damaged like that, and then we're doing some investigative work when we find the paw prints, and you know, you start putting it together that it wasn't no raccoon or nothing like that. It was a bigger animal, right, Kulika?
Yeah, because raccoons or foxes, they would have just gone underneath the fence because I just put that fence up
And
it
rabbits,
was,
yeah.
like I hadn't fixed quite the bottom part of it. So yeah, any smaller animal would have just fit right through.
So we thought we'd just make a video and show it, and we can document it for ourselves and look back and say, when did that bear go in there? Now we'll know. So give a big thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment below. Could you see those prints and stuff? So see you in the next one, guys.
See you.